today you're gonna learn how to build a website in under 10 minutes with this basic HTML and CSS tutorial. And the best of all the words, you don't need to install anything in your computer. Let's start. We just need the browser. I have Firefox over here, but you can use any browser you like, and a text document. So let's create our text document. I'm gonna rename it to my website.html. And maybe in Windows you have to right click, open with text editor, and needs to be like txt, okay? Well, the first thing we have to do to build our website is to understand the concept of HTML. HTML is hypertext markup language. So it's not a programming language, it's a markup language. And what it does is to create a document with tags telling the browser. For example, this is a title, and what's inside the title is the content that you have to handle. You open the less than sign on here, put the name of the tag, open the other sign here, then you put the content. Then you close it. The difference between the open and the closing is this slash here. So, to build our site, first thing we have to do is tell the browser that this is an HTML. So we do it by opening here and writing doctype HTML. So now we have to open our HTML tag. In a website, the first thing that we have is the head. The head is where some meta information is gonna be, like the title of the website, for example. Here you can see like new tab. This is a meta information. So we put it in the head. To keep things simple, we're gonna just use title. So we open head, and inside the head, between these two tags, we're gonna add our title. I'm gonna open it in my browser so we can see the result. Right? I have nothing in the screen because I don't have anything to display, but I have here my title. Cool. Let's go to the next section. The body is where the content is located. If I write something here and refresh my page, I'm gonna have my hello world here. So now you know how the tags work, right? You write a tag and put the content inside the tag in between the opening tag and the closing tag. Let's build our website. To build this website, I'm gonna have some sections on it. I'm gonna have a header section where my website will describe the content. Then we're gonna have a container where my content will display it. In this website, we're gonna have a simple split by 3 columns in the body and a simple footer. And to do it, we need to start with the most basic component of the HTML, that is the div. Tag div, you know how to open and close tags, so let's open a div. Then inside the div, I'm gonna put my content. That happens to be another div. Cool, understand something. You can put div inside divs, and this is not a problem. Actually, this is how HTML works. It's like you have a box and you want to subdivide that box in smaller boxes. So when you think about div, think about boxes. And inside this div, I want to have a title, an image, and a text. So let's start with the title. For the title, I'm gonna use the heading tag, that is the H, and you must follow the H with a number from 1 to 5. Lower the number, higher the size of the text. To image, that is image. And images, you don't have to close the tag, you just put the slash here and the image will be correct. And to set which image we want to display, we use src, short for source, and here we put the path. And for the text, I'm gonna use the P, that is short for paragraph. Cool, let's see the result. This is our column with our image. So I'm gonna repeat it 3 more times. Cool, now I have 3 items, but they're not organized in columns yet. We're gonna see it right away when we get to CSS. Now we have for image to set the width and height for the image to match the size of the picture we're displaying. So height and width. Let's add one last part here, that is our header. Gonna use another div and an H1 to represent my title and a paragraph to represent my subtitle. Our website is almost ready. So let's add the last section here, that is my footer. Now we have our right here. So this is not the organization I want. I want this to be in horizontal. So now we're going to head to CSS, that is cascading style sheet. So this is what the name says, is style sheet. So you're gonna write styling instructions into that cascading style sheet, CSS, and the browser will interpret it and display what you set to the browser to display. Okay, so let's start. First thing we have to do is to define the names for the sections we want. We're gonna call those names classes. So first thing we have to do here is to go to our element, the first div, for example, I'm gonna call it header. So I'm gonna add the class, the attribute class here, and write a name that will be header. Then in the H1, this is my title, so I'm gonna call it title. And this is my subtitle, so I'm gonna call it subtitle. Let's see how it works. I'm gonna go here below title and create a new tag called style. Everything that you write inside this tag is going to be interpreted as a style. Okay, so let's start with our header. I want to align it in the center of the page. So I represent my class with a dot and the name of the class. And class header, so dot header. Then I can write any rule I want. If you want to check the rules, you can go to MDN, so you can search any rule you want and understand. CSS is a huge framework and we don't have time to go deep into it. So let's start aligning our text. So we're gonna use text align and we want center. Let's see the result. The text is in the center. Next thing you wanna do is name these divs. Okay, this is a column, so notice that I am using the same name for all the 3 columns, and this is okay because the browser will get what is described as column here and apply the same thing for the 3. So let's write our column. Cool, so this is our column description. We have more rules here than we had in the header, right? So you can research it by yourself, but basically color is the color of the text. Cursor is the cursor that is gonna be shown when you hover over the element. Padding is the internal spacing between the content and the border. Background color is the background color. Backdrop filter is a special effect. Border is the border. Border radius is the border radius. And transition is when you do some animation. It's gonna be smooth between the initial state and the end state. So let's see the result. Yeah, not what we want yet, right? So it's missing something here. I have to set the display of these items as a special type that's called flex. I'm gonna suggest you to go through flexfroggy.com to understand what does flex mean. But basically, we have to wrap these columns so we can organize them. I'm gonna define a new class here called container. Cool, now I'm gonna define it. Nice, let's check the result. This is almost what we want. We just need now to set a background and put this in the middle. So here's our footer. Cool, the text is white, but no problem. Now I want to set a background. And how to set a background? I don't know where I have to set it, so I'm gonna try it here. Let's check. This is not what I want. I want the image to be on the whole screen, so I cannot put it in the container. I have to put it in the body. Remember that we have a body here, a tag named body. So we can use it to set styles for it, and let's do it. Notice that I don't use a dot here because this is a tag, and when I use the name of a tag, I don't need to use the dot. Let's put our styles here. Cool, let's check it. Yes, that's what I want. Not quite done yet. We need to do an animation here. To the last step, there's always to do some animation. We want column 2 here to go up when I hover the mouse. So we have to use a special word called hover. The column is what I want to move, to transition from a state to another. So I'm gonna use a statement that is the hover. So how do I do it? First, I write the name of the class I want to transition. Then I use column and write the event I want to capture, that is the hover. Then I just apply whatever styles I want. And the style I want here is a new background color and the transformation. Then I'm gonna translate the object in the Y direction by -25 pixels. This means that the object is gonna go up. Let's check it. Yes, this is what I want. This is cool, isn't it? Here is our website in 10 minutes. I hope you had some fun writing your first website in a notepad. This is how we used to learn back then. I will leave links with important websites for you to study HTML and CSS in the description box. If you are interested in diving deep into software development, watch this video about how AI can help you to learn and improve your coding skills. Thank you for watching, smash like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.